Welcome back. Last time we looked at solid modeling, that we could remove parts of objects. This time I'm going to look at procedural materials, and I've set up a little scene and I've set up a camera. And to start off, I want to rename the material class that we have into RGB material, so that we can create an interface with the old material name. And we replace the old name with a new where it's needed. And we have to make the old material inherit from material. And we make the default material the new class. And I want to be able to have the hit point as a parameter wherever we fetch a parameter from the material. So we send that in on the reflective, specular, and on the diffuse. And then we create these methods on the interface. And we also need the smoothness. And then we implement the functions on our old material. And we check, and it still works. Now we can create a new material. So let's start with something I call stripes, it should render some lines. We implement the interface, and for each of the functions I want to select a material from the two provided, M1 and M2, and then call ambient on that one. So let's create the method that selects the material. And we do this for each of the aspects of the material. And we will just look at the y coordinate of the current hit point. If it's an even number, we will return one of the materials, and if it's an odd number, we return the other. And we create our instance of our material and give it white and red as parameters. And when we render it, we get white and red stripes, but they are not of the same size, around 0. We adjust it so each stripe have the width of 1. There. Now let's make this a bit more generic. I want to be able to send in a method that selects the material. and we use that in our material selection method instead. Now we can rewrite our old stripes material as an instance of selection material. It takes two materials and return one on odd and one on even. Let's rename it to a lowercase. It still works, but we have vertical lines instead. Now let's do the same, but in all three axes. So we look at X and Y and Z and add them together, and if we get a even number we select the one material, and if we get an odd number we select the other one. We put it into our object and we have a checker material. Let's make the stripes a bit smaller. And the fun thing about this is that we can combine materials any way we like. So here we have a checkered material with the stripes as one of the materials. Let's create one more material. I want to be able to blend two materials together. Instead of a boolean, we want a float value between 0 and 1 and blend our two materials on that proportion. So we create a blend function. We calculate the value at our current hit point. And then we have two colors and we blend them together with interpolation. And then we use it on all our material functions. And smoothness is using int instead of RGB, so we create that one as well. And we create an instance of the blending material. Let's blend between white and red, just half and half. Fix smoothness. We get some pink in the middle between white and red. To make it a little bit more interesting, we use X as a parameter to our blending. It gives us something. And now we can put in any equation we wish here. I have experimented a bit and came up with this example. That's using all the three axes. There we have a procedural material. Thank you for watching.